Yo, welcome to the channel, Cape and Don. Big up to everyone in the building, big up to everyone that's watching, maybe now, later, maybe you're watching it tomorrow morning when you're out and about. But anyway, whatever you're doing, make sure you slap the like, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and even better, share the thing so we can get out to the people, because you know what, it's a struggle. And you know what I'm saying, yeah, we try and give you the best content as much as we can. We do our research, we do our analysis, all of that kind of stuff as well. So make sure you support the channel, not just my channel, but make sure you support Cape Has Pausa as well. His name will be in the description after the show or during the show when I edit the thing. But yeah, introductions in it, because boy, how you been, man? Let's see how you are first.
Hey, bro. First of all, shout out everybody, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to what we've done, drop a like on the video, man. Really helps. And I'm good, man, bro. I can't complain. I feel good right now. Obviously, as much as I don't like the break as well, if it's talking about football, I do like it for just having a break, obviously, from not stressing and I guess enjoying and stressing about Arsenal, innit? But yeah, life's good right now. Obviously, everything is blessed. We thank God, man. How about you, bro? How are you? Be telling me.
You know what, bro? I'm kind of good, you know, because life is life, innit? And obviously we're all getting older and it's getting colder. The weather's getting colder in the UK, as you know it. You just got to count your blessings, bro, because you know what? Tomorrow's not promised. Do you know what I mean? So people stressing out over strippiness need to just calm down a bit. But we're going to get into all of that kind of stuff in a moment, innit? But anyway, just wanted to, before we just get into the show and stuff, man, just wanted to talk on Troops's 24-hour, I think, stream. You know, I had a load of guests on there yesterday. Obviously, the main guys, Lee Gunner, Expressions, what's his name? Just loads of different guests on there, man. But there was one special guest that turned up yesterday. Obama who? Obama what? Obama who?
Yeah.
Obama blood clot. Yeah, listen, bro. When I saw big, you know, when you're on them levels there, yeah, and them man are friends as well, you know, outside of football, he's got his number and everything.
Yeah. So
them man talk and all that kind of stuff, yeah. But I just want to say a big shout out to Troops, what he done, you know what I mean? Because that was levels, bro, to do a 24-hour stream, raise money for charity as well. Obviously, people know about the hurricane in Jamaica and stuff like that. And you know that money's going to hopefully, you know what I mean, good use for food, blankets and shelter for the people over there. Do you know what I mean? What did you think of the whole thing?
No, big shout out to Troops and obviously everyone that's done like streams or anything in relation to trying to help out the people that have been suffering from Hurricane Melissa. Like, obviously, first of all, I give all my prayers and my well wishes to everyone out there. Obviously, I know it's not easy, so obviously, hopefully, all the help and aid that they're getting is obviously gonna try and make such a difficult time a bit, I would say, easier, but a bit better than what it might be before. And obviously, yeah, Troops getting Aubameyang on the stream is just nuts. Like, obviously, I know he's been boys with him for years. Obviously, Aubameyang's the kind of guy that is, you can tell he's a cool, down to earth,
easy going,
like, yeah, like the money hasn't made him feel like he's above anyone or below anyone type thing. And obviously, yeah, him and Troops had a good. I love it still, and it's, as you said, it's a motivation, and it's a big shout out and credit to Troops, the work he's been putting in over the years, and obviously his personality in general. Obviously, but yeah, like it's crazy. Doing a 25-hour stream is real dedication as well, man. So
I don't know how them men do it. You know that.
I would love to try that still.
Yeah, man. The longest stream I've probably done is like a 10-hour stream. But obviously, yeah, bro, like maybe 3 games. Because remember, 3 games, you're talking about 6 hours, but that was a 6-hour stream, but there was also boxing on as well. Later in that evening as well. But yeah, it's long, bro. I'm telling you. Isn't the boxing on tonight, this weekend? The Conor Benn and
It's
is it
this
this week?
weekend, right? I think
It's
so.
this weekend. I'm sure it's this weekend. The Conor Benn and Eubank fight. I think that's on this weekend. So that's gonna be a crazy tear up, boy. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? Part 2.
I think that's,
I don't know. You know, like Eubank is a bit funny, isn't it? He does his own thing, innit?
yeah.
He does his own
He's just,
thing, man.
you just
Eubank though, I don't care. I like him, man. I like the way I like him, man. I like the way he just deals with things, man. But big up to the people that are in the chat as well, the silent listeners as well. We're gonna get into Arsenal talking a bit. Just wanted to just have a little bit relaxed. You know what? There's no rush today. There's no games. I think there might be some international games on tonight, but nothing really that I'm excited about. Is England playing tonight, or they're not playing tonight, are they? It's women's Champions League, isn't it?
yeah, I think Arsenal ladies are playing right now.
Yeah.
It's a score. They're winning 2-0 away at Bayern Munich, and
Yeah.
so shout out. Yeah.
Well, Arsenal women, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, big up, man. We need to be replicating what they're doing, you know, because they're doing bits right now. Yeah, they're doing. That's what I'm saying. But anyway, you know how we do, man. Every Wednesday, Arsenal talk, Cape and Don. Let's just give the people what they want in it. So, we've not really spoke about the Sunderland game, to be honest. But let's talk about the games leading up to, you know, the Sunderland game. So was it 6 games in? What do you want to talk about in terms of the games since October? You know, how you know, have you been impressed with our form?
Yeah, like I think I did a stream or video before the international break ended, before the Fulham game. I think that was the first game when we were back. And I was like, looking at the fixtures, I expect obviously 7 out of 7. Well, I challenged the team to go 7 out of 7 in it, and obviously went 6 out of 7. I'm not doing the 6-7 thing for the kids and that, but we done it, getting 6 clean sheets, which I think, like, obviously it was a nice run, and obviously got ended by something which we'll get into. But I think the reason, like, talking about the games of totality, like the run that we put on, obviously it was 10 games in a row, all comps. So even talking from the Newcastle game, but specifically this run, only 2 goals conceded, 4 or 5 of those games, no shots on target from the opponent, and you know, Arsenal controlling the game and controlling the opponent, like, you know, not allowing teams to really have anything, pressing them, squeezing them, where they're just booting the ball out, and you know, it's being collected by Gabriel Saliba, and Arsenal going again with possession of the ball. That was a lot of our games, and I think there's a credit to that. Like, when you're seeing most teams you watch, even, you know, across Europe and the Premier League, you know, your Cities, your Liverpools, let's even put Chelsea's in there, then they of course might play some more entertaining football. Some of these teams don't really face the same amount of low blocks Arsenal face, but they concede a lot of chances, and they're never fully in control of the game. Even Man City against Liverpool, as much as the City did school Liverpool, Liverpool had a couple chances in that game, a disallowed goal. Those things can change. Arsenal against Man City only had that. I only remember that one chance that Haaland scored as the only chance City had in that game. I don't remember another chance from them in that game. Against Liverpool, I can only remember the Szoboszlai free kick. Apart from that, I don't remember another chance in that game from Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? So there's a bit of difference from Arsenal, and I think obviously the disappointing for us to not make it perfect, because obviously we would have had a bigger advantage over Liverpool, still have a decent gap over City, even though I think 4 points is still a great gap considering where we were at going into the last international break. But I feel like it's a credit of where this team is at, that like we get a draw, obviously, and it feels so disappointing. Like, I think that's more I don't think it's a fair thing. I think it's just our standards now. We kind of expect our team to win every game, and obviously I think in the moment it burns so much. I think obviously, as you said, me and when I thought about the Sunderland result, it's a bit different now when I look at it, and obviously I've rewatched the game as well, so there's a lot of things I think there's a positives from that game, funny enough. But as you said, like we built a gap over Liverpool from the last international break. We're 8 points ahead of them now, obviously 4 points ahead of City. I think it was only about 2 or 3 before. the international break, the October one, and at the end of the day, like we built some good momentum, and I feel like it's just a credit to this team that like they can go on that kind of run of 10 games in a row, 6 Premier League wins in a row, and like that's major for me. I don't know what about you, bro, but I think it's a big credit to the team. Shout out to the boys, obviously, for that run that they went on.
Yeah, the funny thing for me as well, yeah, is that people might look at the opposition and think, oh, you haven't played anyone, but even against like the so-called smaller teams, yeah, they can score goals against you. Sunderland scored 2 against us, and we're going to get into that. But even previously before that, teams were not being able to do anything to us. We was in control with those last 6 games, and yeah, the last 10 games, as you said, 10 wins, 1 loss all season. It's almost like, as an Arsenal fan, every game now we go into, you expect to win now. And I was thinking about this analogy the other day. We got used to eating steak every day. Yeah. Every Saturday, steak. Yeah. Steak, with the
medium
sauce.
well done. How's the steak?
Yeah. And last week, obviously, yeah, you man got a bit of tuna. Some decent tuna, but you got a bit of tuna in it. And you didn't, and you was like shook in it. You were shocked. That's how I see it. Yeah. I don't think some of the fan base quite understands how to behave at times. I'll be real with you. I understand the reactions. I understand being reactionary,
Yeah.
but we're gonna draw games. We're gonna lose games. We're not gonna win every single game, bro.
As I said, like our fan base needs to learn how to readjust the way we look at our team and look at football now that our team is competing at the top and not like just battling for top 4, struggling to make top 4, because it's a whole different entity. Like obviously your team's gonna win a lot of games. It doesn't mean that you're not gonna criticize or be reactionary, but you have to always put it back into perspective. And I think putting it back to perspective allows you to kind of give you that composure, have a different kind of reaction. Say, instead of it being oh my God, we should have won that game, we're done. It's oh my days, we went on a mad run. We could have won that game. We lost in the last minute. Credit to the team. Let's see if we can go another one again. And I think that's the adjustment where I think a couple of years being in title races is done for me, where I'm not so reactionary to every drop point or distraught or, worried that, oh, this is going to maybe potentially lead to a wobble or anything like that. Like, I think you kind of, you learn through your team, innit? And this is why I said, like, for me, obviously, as much as I have a lot of gripes about last season, I've part last season away as last season. I'm in this season now, and I'm just judging this team for what this team is showing me this season. And this season, they showed me so many positive things, innit? That even if they was to have a bad game or a game that they switched off, which I don't think Sunderland was, but let's just say we was to have a game where we're just totally poor, 1 to 11, every player, Micheli, his decisions, and everyone that comes off the bench, and we have a lose or draw, I would probably still give the team a pass, because I'm like, if you've given me so much steak, like, bro, the one time you give me tuna, I'm not going to be flapping around, because potentially tomorrow I'm going to get steak again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's just one of those. And I think the perspective I think I have to take in, like, we've had injuries, bro, like to key players, injuries, and especially in the last couple of games to, real dents in our attack. We've had all our attacking depth has been gone. We've had almost a lot of players in our first team, obviously players that are playing now, that have been injured throughout the season or pre-season. And the team has adjusted themselves to have a quality performance level, not concede goals. We've seen an improvement in the attacking creativity, I should say, and maybe not the way we want to, but we've seen an improvement with all these conditions. I think that's a growth from last season, because when we were attacked with these kind of injuries, the team couldn't cope. There was a standard level drop, lack of control, or lack of inspiration. And I feel like whoever does play for Arsenal, like whether it's a fully rotated side, whether it's a young player, whether it's a someone in the cold. Everyone plays the same. That's a credit to the boys, credit to the manager, and credit to the team. Like, and Sunderland was disappointing. Like, but I feel the one thing I always take is that like football is played with a whole nother set of 11 players and a coach that can influence the game the same way your coach and your players can. And I think we get so used to our team controlling and dictating games and, as I said, moving opponents where we want to and making them do what we want them to do, that, fam, you're going to have a game where a coach is going to have a good game plan and have the players that can execute it. And it's going to, like, we're not going to be able to always have control of the full 90 minutes. But I feel like our reaction in the second half was insane for me. Like, I think the football that we played in that second half, I rewatched it, was some of the best football I've seen us play against a low block in my life. And that's not even to glaze
in your life.
In my life. Like, the way we were manipulating that low block, which was a very, very tough low block. First half, they were playing 9 men in the box. They have a lot of big, 6'3" guys willing to defend. We were, what Micheli done tactically in that second half was very, very interesting. Let's just say that. And obviously we can get into that, but I think that's what's given me even more confidence for this league. The fact that, like, now in a game that I was looking in the first half and saying, we don't look like, fam, Sunderland look like they come to defend. They're moving physical, of course, as we saw in some of their challenges and stuff. They got their goal early. As soon as they got the goal, they literally parked behind the ball, was very comfortable, sitting in their half. And Arsenal looked like a lack of invention, a lack of movement, a lack of, ideas of how to really break down this low block. And I think the second half, what happened and what, how the players went and what the movements and everything that we started to do and shift them around, I think is what led to so many of the chances that we created in that game, especially in that second half. And this is without a lot of our attacking players that you would say, give
That's
us
a great point.
Even that individual flair and extra quality that, can help, put the ball in the back of net or create some of these chances. Like, I was seeing Timber, Calafiori in the high 8 pockets, moving the defenders, giving our wingers 1v1s. Trossard and Saka lifted it up in that second half. Zubimendi was popping up in the DM, was popping up, and he had that 2 chances. He was popping up in the box. This is our DM, moving around, playing nice passes in the box. Same thing with Rice, and it was like, okay, like this team, like, started to figure it out. Like, they started to realize that, okay, how do we manipulate the space? Start to play some riskier passes, and then we start to get a lot of chances in the second half. I can name so many chances that I think we could have done better, and the game could have been put to bed. But I didn't see us doing that in the second half. I mean, sorry, in the first half. But it's what I wanted, but I didn't know that we were going to actually do it and the way we would do it. And I think Calafiori and Timber's influence in our team, attacking wise, is it should never be underrated. So,
yeah, I hear it. So, and BBK, big up to BBK Sports though. He always drops this. Yeah, shout out to him. He's not here today, but shout out to him anyway. Do you know what? Yeah, to be honest, I've been doing streams, and I've not even been watching hardly any streams because I've been so tired doing. When you do a lot of streams, you just want
to get YouTube overdose, man.
You just get YouTube overdose, and I haven't really been watching too many streams. Maybe I'll try and. The thing is, well, when sometimes you don't watch a stream, you still will contribute, or you drop a like or you drop a comment in it, just for man's algorithms in it. That's something that I always do with a lot of the guys that obviously my boys and all that.
Yeah.
But just to go back to BBK, because this is what BBK's point would be, and it's a negative, but it's also a reality check as well. So in 11 games, we've dropped 7 points. We dropped points in the Liverpool game, City game, and we dropped points in the Sunderland game, what you've just spoken about today. Now, looking at 7 points that we've just dropped, is that a concern for you right now, or is it a case of, well, by the time we win our next game, hopefully against Tottenham, then it's not really going to matter?
It's not a concern for me, man. Like, unless my expectation, and maybe, as I said, like BBK's expectation might be to go perfect in a season, which I don't think it is, because I know he's a realistic guy. But obviously, that's the standard you want to hold your team to. But it's not realistic. So I think it's where you drop those points and how you drop those points.
Shout clear in the building.
That matter to me more than anything. And the points we've dropped is against 2 of our rivals. And a team that I feel I would be intrigued to see every team go to Sunderland away and see how they perform, especially if they're going to play like that, especially if they're physical like that. So, and knowing how Liverpool's, kryptonite is, long balls and long throw-ins and physical type of football and that stuff that Slot seems to complain about week to week. And we know City physically, yeah, they look way more organized than the last couple of weeks, but I think that's still their Achilles heel. We saw how that Aston Villa game went a couple of weeks ago, where a physical team faced them and they couldn't handle it. I think I'll be intrigued to see a lot of teams get maximum points at the Stadium of Light this season and do it and see how they do it eventually. So I think I'm not disappointed. I think, as you said, as much as we have dropped 7 points, I think we've gained points in games that we didn't the last few seasons. The Newcastle away, West Ham at home, Fulham away, Man United away, where we've drawn the last couple of seasons. And I think that those things count because one, those are tough away grounds that we're going to win in. And two, we're improving off games. I'm not saying that doesn't mean the games we won last season we're going to win again, but you kind of get those bad omens out because you feel like, I'm saying, you're not going to a ground where, there's a bit of the psychology in your mind, we always lose here, or that team feels like they always can beat us. That's done. Obviously, the Sunderland game hurts because of the way we lost. It was last minute goal. Obviously, a couple of errors from some players that could have maybe changed the potential of that goal not going in. But as you say, like I'm very confident with Arsenal, especially in big games. I'm confident how we perform in big games. I'm confident going to every game, and that doesn't really change. And I think with obviously players coming back that we'll get into, I think that gives me more confidence, even more for the games coming up, and just for us to continue to try and maximize the amount of points. I saw the way all the players looked after that draw. They looked distraught. They looked like they lost. I'm hearing like news about like that they felt like they lost. You see the captions on their pictures. They're talking about, I'm so upset. Like, you know what I'm saying, but we go again. Great. So it's like they're feeling what we're feeling, and if even though the draw is, it's not a bad draw to get a draw away Sunday, you didn't get no points, and two, I don't think it's a ground that a lot of teams are going to get maximum points at. So, I think it's more how you react, and I think these players can react. We saw what happened when we lost to Liverpool, drew to City, and then we started that run of games that we've just been on before the Sunderland game. I'm not saying that means we're going to do that again, but we've seen that very early in the season with the injuries, with new players bedding in and stuff. That only bodes confidence for me. So I'm not really worried at all. How about you, bro? Because you're going to drop points.
I was actually going to ask you. This was going to be my next question because obviously we've got to break down stuff. So second half, we only bring on Mosquera. The bench, I would say, is pretty light. Obviously, you've got injuries and stuff like that. But if you was the manager in that situation, what changes would you have made? Because there's some changes I would have made in that second half towards the last 5 minutes. And I know it's all in hindsight and stuff, but you could see some players were struggling out there.
Yeah. I think obviously I would have. I'm not mad, and I would have probably still gone with the 5 defenders, considering the type of game we're playing in and what Sunderland's method to try and score was, which is long balls into the box, crosses into the box, throws into the box. So to have players to deal with that is necessary because that was literally how they were attacking through the whole game. Obviously, you saw Saka was quite legged through the game. Well, towards the end of the game, Marino was as well. And like the only options you're thinking about, or for me, is like Wanyeri for maybe Saka. Marino one's difficult because I don't know if I'm putting on Harriman and Noose in that game, like where you want some experience and some height, to potentially deal with things in the box and headers and stuff, having to hold up the ball. And the way Sunderland were playing so physical is the reason why I wouldn't ever have flirted with the idea of putting on a Dowman, because of that the way the game was being played. That Ronaldo guy was fouling Saka all game, so I don't want to endanger that.
Ronaldo, that's his name, isn't it? Ronaldo, isn't it?
Ronaldo. I don't want to put Diamond under that threat. You have to still remember that Mikel has a safeguarding license to take care of this kid, in it. So as much as we want the title, these are the things I'm thinking about. And obviously, when he made the sub, I think it was the 86th minute. At that point, I don't think Sunderland had any real chance apart from that long throw that I think Bobby was offside, but Ryan made that triple save. That's when he made the sub, because he was like, we had all control of the game, and then one long throw, And if not for offside and not for Raya's magic, they would have been 2-2 just like that.
Yeah,
And that was,
yeah.
do you know what I mean? And
Could have lost that game.
A lot of the discourse around Arsenal fans was like, oh, like why didn't he, bring on some attackers and continue going for it? Sunderland had nothing when we were going for it, and obviously I hear all of that in it. But football is not like that. Like that's what I'm saying. Like
you know what? I'll be honest with you. Yeah, sorry. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I personally, and I know we talk about safeguarding and stuff like that. Yeah, but for me, Dalman is probably one of the most technically gifted guys in the team. Obviously, you got Odegaard, obviously as well. But for me, Saka was leggy at the time. So this is the changes I would have made. Yeah, I would have probably bought off Saka for maybe Nwaneri or Dalman, because I know when those guys get the ball, they got pace. They're gonna bring the ball up the pitch, and you're gonna have to foul them. And that just gives us time, innit? That just gives us time. It gives us time to take maybe a set piece, slow the game down. And you could see that Saka was struggling. So that's one sub as well. And you probably won't agree with this as well, but I'm also probably bringing on MLS for Marino. And the reason is because he's physical in it. And he's got that thing of aggression about him.
Lewis Kelly in the 9?
No, I'm just bringing him on, bro. At the end of the day, we're just seeing out the game. We're not going to score no more goals, bro.
Yeah, but you want to have a level of organization when you're going to see out the game, because if players don't know we're marking, what they're doing,
but
dangerous. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but if you bring on, say, a Skelly for Marino, yeah, you know that Skelly can drive with that ball, yeah. You can drive the ball up the pitch. At this stage of the game, it's all about getting players up the pitch. We were actually caged in at that point, yeah, and it was very difficult to get out of our area and get out of the situation where we have balls just coming into the box and all that kind of stuff. Brother, I don't care about a striker at that point, bro. I'm just seeing out the game with the last few minutes. That's what I'm doing.
No, but
that's what
the manager thought was the best thing to do, because what I'm saying. Like, because I think for me, how I look at things is always very specific. It's like Sunderland from the first minute, where the goalkeeper was lost in long balls into the box. Isidore was trying to win, was winning some of his duels. Ballard was somehow getting high. Traore guy in the first half.
Yeah, I was Ballard getting up high, high up there.
And obviously this is what they. I went to go watch a couple of their highlights. They've scored a lot of set pieces in this season, and they've scored a lot of crosses, and this is what they do in it. And they've obviously only conceded. They've only conceded the second least amount of goals in the Premier League behind Arsenal. So you have to realize that they have a good defense. They haven't scored that many goals, but this is you can see why they haven't scored many goals, because if this is their form of attack, you're not going to score that many goals, isn't it? But when you do score goals, it can be effective. And I think the problem is everything. I agree with everything you're saying, innit? But I think when it gets to that 86th minute, maybe you're thinking, okay, there's about 9 minutes left. Maybe 4 or 5 minutes added on.
Still a long time, though. That's still a long time.
I agree with you, and obviously it's not like Micheli just said, "Oh, we're going to defend and give them the ball." I think that I can't. If I remember correctly, we scored the second goal from Trossard. I think it was
85th minute or something.
I'm here in the 74th minute.
74th minute.
About a couple of minutes after that, we had the Zubamendi chance that hit the crossbar. And
yeah.
And I think Sunderland went long. Obviously, we dealt with it. Then they got that throw in. So it was like in that around that 82nd, 83rd minute, a couple of minutes after he made a sub. Obviously, from that point, you could say, "Oh, why didn't he put on Saka? So bring on Nwaneri or Darman or whoever people's preference was." But I'm always like, you have to see the tap. Like, they are bypassing the defense and midfield and going straight. Like, you have to realize that football's. So you have to realize it doesn't matter whether you have Darman or Lewis Skelly or Nwaneri or Noose, whoever. They're just going long, and then it's now Gabriel, Saliba, Timber, who in this specific game were 50-50 with the draw winning. Like, they were winning somebody.
Yeah.
We've seen them do it. Declan Rice, whoever you want to name, innit? So, like, you have to think about how that specific game is going and what you're watching.
Do you think we were a bit leggy for this game? Obviously, we had a Champions League game.
I think, obviously, as I said, this is the same team that started like the week before. Obviously, bar Calafiori and maybe like I don't know who didn't start in Champions League game, but like players are gonna be tired. You know, they've been playing how many games?
3 games as well. Thinking about
like
7 games.
most of our attackers who will be doing most of the work and the pressing and trying to get the ball up high and constant, especially in that second half where it was constant barrage off the attack after the attack. Like it's different where if like Madueke played midweek and Saka got to rest and Saka's fresh for this game, or if Martinelli had played midweek and then Trossard is fully fresh for this game, and the list goes on and on. Eze with Odegaard and Gokeres was playing, maybe have a Havertz. Do you know what I mean? All that kind of stuff. Because then, if our bench is a bit different, then I think I judge Mikel a bit differently. If you have all the options, it's to say Marino would have had a Marino, maybe a Havertz. If Gokeres started to bring on, change it up, Madueke, bring on some pace, Martinelli, and then it's all different. That's all excuses you got. You what you have, but I think that's why I'm not that harsh on the team. Like I'm not saying that's Mikel couldn't have done anything. Like for me, if Raya
we could have lost that game. We could have lost that game.
If Raya stays on his line, we win the game. If Raya goes to punch the ball, we win the game. But Raya had a lapse in concentration, tried to catch it where Gabriel's going for a header and Bobby's going for the ball, and somehow probably wins it, and obviously he flicks off Gabriel's head, goes over Raya, innit? The one kind of rush of the blood moment Raya's had in a long time. I'm not going to be harsh on him. Gabriel's been excellent. Probably our player of the season all season. I'm not going to be onto him. Do you know what I mean? The team has been excellent for the last 10 games. I'm not going to be onto them. That's just how I am, innit? If now you got Spurs...
No, listen.
No, I'm not saying you're not. I'm saying that's just me, innit? Like, I'm like, do you know what? Like, I'm not even going to overanalyze. I saw, the manager... Why am I overanalyzing, innit? Like, at the end of the day, you don't know if... Like, okay, cool. People are saying, you could have brought on, take off Calafiori, bring in Capi. Whatever subs all of us football managers are doing, ultimately, at the end of the day, we're not in that stadium at that point in time trying to watch in it, like, do you know what I'm saying? So like trying to see what's going on. And that doesn't mean that I'm not saying we can't give us suggestions. It's just more like me just kind of you kind of have a bit of leeway. I'm not saying it doesn't. I think fans, because we haven't won, don't want to give the team no leeway. You got to give the team some leeway, man. We're supporting the team. We want us to win. These guys see everything. They probably watch. Some of them probably catch a couple of seconds of our content if it comes up in the algorithm, and that you have to realize all that stuff in it. So I give people a bit of leeway. Shout out my brother BBK. Raya attacks. At the end of the day, Raya had pulls off some good saves in that game. He had one lapse moment, and it did cost us the game. But I'm pretty sure he's gonna have games where he's gonna save us the 3 points because of his amazing saves. He's had games like that this season already. So I'm a bit like, perspective is always dominant for me, innit? If we go to Spurs at home after the break and then we don't maximize 3 points and smoke them the way I think we should be smoking them, then cool.
That's at home, innit? That game, isn't it?
Yeah, the Emirates, man, and we know
it's an Emirates. But we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about November now because
of course, But I'm just saying, like, if this draw leads to like another potential drop points, then cool. But for me, I'm very, very relaxed in it because
definitely
that second half and the way we played gave me confidence, because I watched Sunderland and I was like, full team, Ballard already elbowing Marino in the first half, header,
you see that elbow,
Xhaka was right next to his centre back playing centre back. The Siddiqui guy was there. They had like 9 guys in the box. Like, it's only Isidore that's outside. I'm like, damn, like, this is what we're going up against for 90 minutes, bro. What's this? And I kept saying on my stream, I was watching, I was like, don't cross the ball high. I'm like, they have like bare 6'3" guys. They're gonna win their headers. Like, we don't even have, the deadly attackers. Like, obviously, Trossard is small. Marino, obviously, he is good in the air, but he's not a unit like Gokeres is, or even Havertz, the way his box movement is. And it's like, we need to find something different. And I feel like we started to find solutions to open them up. So that gave me a lot of confidence, because I feel like breaking down a low block is the hardest thing in football. Like, no one can tell me anything, because I played in teams that played a low block, and you can make the best of teams frustrated because you have to resort to crossing the ball if you're not intricate enough for your passing. And let's say, what's the word, you have a bit of imagination with the way you want to play it. Like, if I'm playing some 1-2s in some risky areas and some interesting passes to try draw players out into the box and stuff. So I think that gives me confidence, man. Obviously Gabriel was knackered, but you don't usually get out muscles like that. Yeah, fam. You saw Declan Rice for the first goal, trying to lean off Ballard. He wins the header. Gabriel loses the header for the first goal. Like, you ain't seen these players do. Once I saw that, I was like, okay, this is a different type of game.
Long day, innit?
Yeah, like, because fam, we've been talking about no shots on goal, Raya cleaning up every ball that comes into the box, pause, and Gabriel, Saliba, Rice being, staples. Rice got out muscled. Gabriel's nowhere near Traore. Ballard, great touch. First goal. Second goal, I think it was Saliba or Zubamendi losing the head to Ballard again. Gabriel getting out muscle for the second goal. Bruh, how many times are we going to see that this season? Rarely. But this is the one game that happens. I give them a pass. That's just me, innit? We didn't lose as well, which I think is ultimately will be key at the end of the season. I think.
I hear it. Going ahead though, it's like November. My cat's looking at me like that, you know. Like, what are you talking about? Arsenal?
Oh, you got a cat, yeah?
Yeah. This cat's staring me down, boy. But talking about November, I coined it Nasty November. Yeah. Tottenham and Chelsea. I'm not talking about the Champions League game because I'm just on Premier League right now.
Yes, sir.
How are you feeling about these two games? Are you confident? I know you're a positive guy, yeah, but positivity and realism.
Brother. I got chest. You want me to back out the chest now? This might be a bit hairy though, honestly. I don't know. That's pause anyways, but I'm just saying
that,
like I think the main thing is that I know we've got to have a lot of our attackers back. So not only, and I'm pretty sure those guys, I think those rumors that Madueke was close to coming back for something, but they didn't want to rush him and stuff. Obviously, you've seen Jesus back in training. Gokeres and Martinelli was rumored from Athletic to be back for that game. And obviously, Odegaard and Havertz, just kind of should have been back already. So, like, having these players back, North London derby is a big...
But these players back, this is what I'm saying. It's good to have these players back, but they're not going to be match fit. That's the big difference.
But I'm saying it's having the options in it because they would have been training for weeks. Like Arsenal, what I've noticed with Arteta, you don't let players just come back until they're back. Like he doesn't try to force guys back, you know, from injuries. Like especially now the squad that we have, I think if they're all back in the squad or contention to be in the part of the match day squad or they're in the match day squad, obviously I doubt they're going to be starting. I'm pretty sure we'll start the same team, but I feel like we would like have more of the depth, more of the attacking options, more influence off the bench to potentially change the game or rotate and rest out players. And in the game, obviously, even though you're not talking about the Bayern game, but that comes off right after in between both of these games.
Yeah,
you have
that's
options.
You see that he's okay. I had to cut you there, yeah, because this is where squad rotation, for me is important because Bayern and Chelsea, 3 games in between, that's crazy, you know, bro. That's madness.
It's the only advantage is that we don't leave London, innit? We face Tottenham at home, Bayern at home, Chelsea. So it's not like it's mad travel. They're sleeping in their beds and stuff. So I guess those little things count. But if we have all the players back, as you say, we can you can change up in the Bayern game with a couple of players. Like I'm pretty sure if Gokeres is fully fit, he's gonna come back into the starting lineup. Do you know what I mean? Like there's aspects of where like I'm confident from that aspect, and I feel like then just looking at Arsenal, I feel like home North London derbies, Arsenal tend to win. Arsenal in big games, especially under Mikel Arteta in the big skits fixtures, we have a very, very good record. Obviously, this Liverpool loss was like one of our first losses in like 2-3 seasons to one of the big 6 teams. And I feel like these players turn up for big games. That's one thing I will respect our players about. Like, we do turn up for big games. I think the Bayern game, there's some revenge that we need there. The Chelsea Stamford Bridge, there's some revenge that we need there. And I feel like
they're big games coming up.
Maybe BBK might kill me for what I'm about to say, but I think the draw is like a blessing in disguise. It's a shake-up, wake-up call when everything was going so rosy and sweet that like we were when we're doing our previews and our shows. I don't know about BBK every show, but like you're talking about not conceding a shot on target. We're talking in that kind of. And you're talking about not losing a game, and you're talking about I'm Gokeres scoring a couple of goals here and there before
as BBK would say, I'm still yet to predict a loss for Arsenal. That's what he was saying. That's what Adam is probably still got to say that.
And that's the same with me, and it's the truth. And it's just end of the day, I think this draw, the way it will shake us up because we would have City won or had the advantage this weekend because they won, so they closed the gap. So Arsenal are going to take that personally, and I think. You go to that North London derby, what game to have right after the break than a North London derby against Spurs?
What game?
Like at home, and as a game that we need to get 3 points and respond back to some drop points, and then knowing that you have Bayern Munich straight afterwards, Champions League. You're the only 2 perfect teams in the Champions League. This is a battle of who's going to stay first. getting a bit of revenge for a couple of years ago in the quarterfinal. Then you got Chelsea away, another big game. At the ground, I think we've drawn in the last 2 years. Yeah, we drew there last year, drew there the year before. They've made it difficult for us, but I think Chelsea have been a bit shaky this season, especially defensively, even though obviously they look good and they've won. They're in a bit of form. Like, I think the players can stand up, man. And we're getting attacking players. That's just the icing on the cake for, this. I think with the team already constructed as it is, there are injuries. I think we could have done the thing, but I think if everyone's back, bar Jesus anyways. Like, bro, like
So who are the players that are coming back? Havertz,
Odegaard,
yeah,
Madueke, Gyökeres, Martinelli, and
those are important players as well, isn't it?
Bro.
First teamers,
and Madueke as well. Sorry,
Madueke as well, yeah.
Yeah. So
wow,
like, yeah, I mean, like it's because how I'm thinking about it is Saka doesn't have to play 3 games or so many minutes in that week. Same thing with Gyökeres or Havertz. Same thing with Trossard, who's been a very, very good in this run. By the way, big shout out to Trossard, fam. I can't lie, that goal.
Trossard's been brilliant, man.
Bad boy
goal, bro. Listen,
I think he's got GA in the last like 5 games, so he's our highest output player this season, and obviously, like, he's been good, man. I can't lie.
But you have to play Trossard though. You can't. Trossard's one of them players, that if he's on a roll, you have to keep it playing.
Yeah, you play Trossard. But I'm
when
saying
you drop him, then the form just goes out the window.
Yeah, I agree with you. Same thing. That's the same thing with like even Martinelli when he's in form as well.
Yeah,
but I think having Martinelli back means Trossard might play 60 minutes. You don't have to tire him out.
And then
comes on, and then he's fresh for the next game and stuff like that is what I'm talking about. Where guys are not having we're talking about Gabriel and Saka and Trossard and Marino being legged in the second half against Sunderland, but they won't have to be legged because they would have been taken off and he would have been adequate with guys coming on to continue what we're doing. And so go on.
So international break, obviously, for the next 2 weeks now, I think Gabriel's on international duty, Saliba's on international duty. Do you think they're going to be playing like both games, like full? Because they're centre backs, isn't it? So they're going to be playing a lot of football, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they put I don't know what France's and Gabriel and Brazil's status, if they've qualified already or not for the World Cup, but I think they have. If they have, then maybe they play one game. They kind of give another chance for another. But obviously, I don't know if certain seeding counts for anything. I don't really know. But if they're not qualified, then they're playing both games still. But if they are qualified, I can see them playing one game and maybe not playing the other.
Are you concerned about that, especially coming back and playing, the Spurs game, like 2 internationals, come back? You know what I mean? Because how much break do they get after the international game? Do they have a week off? 5 days off or something?
Depends when they play. I think England. Well, I know the England boys, they play on a Sunday, so they're gonna have basically a week off because.
Okay, so that's good for Saka and Skelly and all that.
I don't know about the Brazil game for Gabriel or.
I think they're playing in Africa, Emirates. I think they're playing. Oh, Gabriel's not going anywhere. Yeah. So that's good for us.
So then, do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, football's football, man. They need to play. Yeah. They need to play football, and if it is at the Emirates, it is at the Emirates. I remember seeing the picture with Ancelotti and Berta and Arteta in it, and it's okay, cool. Like I'm not really too concerned about the players playing. It's just more like because you can pick up knock in any situation. You can be in a training,
training,
as you've seen Calafiori now, obviously picking up that hip injury.
I don't even know too much about the Calafiori injury. Can you just enlighten me about that? I don't know much about it.
Yeah, I think
when I saw your message, I was like, wow.
I seen, obviously, shout out to Gunner Street. He sent me this on Insta, and I seen one tweet from AFTV, and it just said, obviously, Riccardo Calafiori is expected to miss Italy's World Cup qualifier versus Moldova with a hip issue, innit? Obviously, it didn't say whether he's fully out of both games or whether he's whatever. But there hasn't.
Do you think it's mind games? Do you think it's a mind game?
Half of me is thinking maybe it's just some he has a bit of a knock or soreness. And it's like, what, no risk. And Mikel's probably told all of them, if you have anything, and especially with Calafiori, where last season he got injured on back-to-back, or the only time he got injured was when he was on international break with Italy, and then he came back. So if that kind of, obviously, I don't know about Italy as well. They're not qualified, but if he's injured, that's fine, isn't it? Like, not fine, but hopefully it's nothing too major, isn't it? But it does open up the question that obviously we're seeing obviously all this nonsense news from me. Is nonsense news about Milan.
Yeah, and once again, it was you that broke the news about Skelly because I had no clue about this Skelly interest and all that kind of stuff. So let the people tell the people what's going on. Because come on, Skelly's one of our own, bro.
Yeah,
Come on, and I know you haven't been getting minutes recently.
I think it's been driven from obviously Tuchel putting pressure on him to first of all shout out Claire.
Shout out Claire in the building, man.
You, have a nice day, and obviously hope your uni work is going well.
You. Big up to man.
One of the goats. But as I was saying, like Tuchel's been putting pressure on Lewis Skelly in that last couple of international break and the press conference he's been saying. Obviously, I think when he picked him for the first international break, he said, obviously, I know he hasn't been playing, but it's good for the camp. But he shouldn't, if he doesn't break into the team, if he doesn't starting, we're not going to pick him. He didn't get picked for the October one. And then obviously now he's not getting picked for this one. And obviously Tuchel's coming again and saying he has to get minutes or he's not going to be part of the World Cup squad. So I feel like the British media is using that as an inference to say, oh, clubs are in. Because I hate when you release I hate when this is the kind of journalistic things that piss me off. I'm pretty sure, and BBK, clubs are interested in Lewis Skelly, but Arsenal say not good. So then why are you reporting it then? If Arsenal say no one's going to, you don't want to name what clubs are interested in him, then like leave that because you're just trying to unsettle some camps,
unsettle man, innit? Try and unsettle
man. Nonsense, create some narrative and make everyone hyper fixate. It's like when it was the whole Raya Ramsdale thing, and then every game everyone's fixating. They're also trying to fixate on something. So now if Lewis Skelly don't start,
they've done the Martinelli thing as well, innit? They've done it with Martinelli as well.
Yeah, like it's annoying, man. It's annoying. We know it comes with the territory of Arsenal. Like I think there was one clip going around today. I just retweeted on Twitter. I think it was from Lewis Skelly's announcement video when he was like, I think he was talking about Micheli. So just in case people want to say like there's anything, and he said something about he said like he wants to give a huge shout out to the manager for putting trust in him, letting him know that obviously his probably greatest way to break into the team right now is to play left back, helping him to teach him how to play that position, and then obviously all the stuff. And then everything that's come from that has come from just having that trust. And he hasn't played professional football for the season. So if you think about all this stuff, he just signed a new fresh deal 2 months ago. Like, allow it, man. Like, he's long-term. Yeah, like he signed it in the summer, July. Like he signed his deal this summer.
Did he play 38 games last season? He played a lot of games.
I don't think he played 38 games, but I think he played.
He played a lot of games, bro.
He played a decent amount of games in his first season. He started a lot of games. He played, Bernabeu. He played PSG. Like,
he played a lot of. I'm sure I read somewhere that Skelly started.
Like he would have known himself that he was ahead. And obviously, don't get me wrong, players will never want to get dropped. But Lewis Skelly doesn't give me the type of person, especially what I've seen from his mum, the mentality he has, the way he talks, the maturity.
He loves Arsenal. He loves Arsenal.
And he even mentioned about having the competition in the squad and how that's just raising his level and everyone else's level in the squad and how that's going to help drive us to potentially what we want. So I think it's just nonsense, man. Plus, last and not least, fam, season is a long season. What are we in now? We're in November. Season ends in May, fam. Like,
game week 11.
Like, bro, and this is the last international break before we have straight football for like 3-4 months to the March international break. Like, bro, injuries happen, just like now of Calafiori. Form happens where, fam, sometimes you start the season with a certain type of style, and then maybe second half of the season you kind of Mikel might want to revert back to that inverted left back and double, kind of double base and box 4 type midfield and all this kind of stuff. And maybe Timber might be the one that's starting right now. I said in my video, and Ben White might have the shirt later on, and Eze, Odegaard might come back have the shirt, and Eze might come back have the shirt. Martinelli, Trossard, Jesus, Havertz, whatever you want to name it in it. So I think it's just really like. It's a stretch, man. Like when I see it, it's just annoying because, like, if I said this, and if Tuchel, like, okay, there's not England don't really have any good left backs in it. So if you don't want to take Lewis Skelly just out of the pride of he's not playing, then you're just cheating yourself in it because it's not like England are blessed with left backs that are performing at the highest level for you to want to just slip them in and potentially lose a player like Skelly, who also can be a midfield option if injuries was happening in the camp and all these things in it. So. Like his time will come anyways. Like it's better for you to make the squad when it's the end of the season than to be making the qualifying squads now, and you're not there.
100%.
If Calafiori is injured, if Calafiori is injured though, and let's just say he's out for the next couple of games, who do you want to see?
Would you want to
see Nkapie or would you want to see Lewis Skelly?
I hate when I hate when you drop these questions on me, man, because it's live and it's like
Yes,
I
man. They
have
get
to
the
give an
Micheli.
answer like straight away. It's not like I
Like
can
what
just
case?
like
So
go
like
and think.
what kind of left back? Okay, I'll say it like this, make it a bit fun. What type of left back would you more enjoy? I think Nkapie is more of a overlapping, more of a wide fullback, whilst Luis Skelly's
It's
also
not
more
about enjoying for me. It's about
winning.
who's going to get the job done. Um, oh man, this is a difficult one to answer, bro.
On that rhetoric of what you just said, it would have to be Luis Skelly because you've seen him proven over in our team playing with that back four
Mm,
any a game. He has the chemistry. It's not like that's a problem, and you've seen what he can bring to the team,
mm.
both as defensively and attackingly. If you're talking about that, I've seen Capie. He looks very good so far, but he's still more of an unknown entity in it.
You
So
know what is? Yeah, you know what is for me? I think when it comes to like Spurs and Chelsea, Skelly knows the thing in it. He knows the deal in it. And I'm not saying Nkapie is not a great player or a good player, but I just think, especially for this Spurs game coming up, I think Skelly, it's got to be Skelly. You know what I'm saying? Because he knows the team, he knows about
North
the
London derby, he
rivalry,
breathes
North
Arsenal.
London
He's gonna the passion.
all of
Yeah.
that,
It's a
all of
no
that. He
brainer.
has to start. He has to
And
start. You know what
even
I'm
the
saying?
Stephen Gold plus one, I'll even slip in pause. I'll put Hincapié for the Bayern game because he's familiar with the German opposition. He's
There
played
you go.
against them
And that's what I'm
many a
thinking. Me and
year.
you're thinking the
You
same
know what? I
thing.
like
Yeah.
that. I like that
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
So
We're
agreed.
thinking alike. We're thinking alike. And it's good to have these type of arguments because last year we were like, well, it's either him or
Calafiori just
Kieran or Kieran or
injured
California
all
or
season.
Kieran
He was
T is not getting a look in. So
Yeah,
it was
it's just
just
Lewis Kelly. And obviously he played well,
exactly.
but we had no. He had even him himself in his first season had no real rotation out of the games. Had no real
Yeah.
depth really. Like he had to play 90 minutes most games his first season. He done well. If you can see the guys physically built for men's football, but I like the fact that our squad now we can actually I think BBK was talking about obviously Gabriel's obviously tired or I mean you can have a game where you have Nkapie that comes in
And Capier that can come in as well.
comes in.
You know
Yeah,
sorry,
go on,
go
go
on.
on. No, you
Now,
go on.
the one thing I'm looking forward to, yeah, is the players coming back from international break. But I think we might not get everyone back. I'll be honest with you. There might be some players that ain't ready yet. I just got a feeling there might be the one or two that might not be
I
ready.
think everyone's back, man, because I think McCoy. Well,
I don't know if Odegaard's back yet. Yeah,
Mikel is usually very coy when on injuries.
his
Like if he knows someone is not when they've been asking him for Havertz all these weeks, and he just said weeks. But then when they asked him, was it either before the Sunderland game or before the Champions League game, and he was like, well, let's just say. And obviously, I think they asked him about Jesus and it being back in training, and he was like,
What are you saying about Jesus as well? Because no one's saying anything. What can he do? Can he do a job for us?
What? Come on, man!
I know, bro. I
come
know.
on, man. Guys. Okay, cool. We know about the goal scoring stuff and that, but let's be serious. This guy is a footballer. Last season, he had his run. That Crystal Palace hat trick in the Carabao Cup, then the back-to-back brace against Palace, and then just the way he was playing, even before that game, I think that Monaco game in the Champions League, I think we either won 3-0, we won 6-0. It was one of those games, And I was at that game, innit? I think he missed a couple chances, but the way he moves, that he also allows us to do things that is different to what Gokeres does, who is very beneficial in his running in behind and his power and his.
But do you think the injuries have taken their toll though with him now? Because that's the ACL.
One, he's an older player too. Yes, they would.
He's not that old though.
No, I'm saying older player, innit? Like he's getting older.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he's that old. He's like 20, 27, 28.
Yeah.
He's not the Jesus of 23 where you first see him in City and all of the first season Arsenal where he's just obviously just samba dancing all over the pitch. But that's his natural play style. He's always going to do that, innit? And I think the main thing for me is that I've been watching Jesus' space in it on his Insta. He's been posting being back in obviously individual training since August, and we're in November. So you have to realize he's been fit and on the pitch for a long, long time. Like where Mikel, the medical doctor, said, "Fam, we have enough depth now. You don't need to try and be 85% and say, oh, I'm 100. Fam, come back when you're 100%
Mm.
Gabriel Jesus. There's no pressure. Well, you have the pressure on yourself because you want to come back, but there's no pressure for the team. We're trying to rush you back. When you're back and you're fully yourself and you feel yourself, which obviously him being back in training, getting the runs, obviously with the squad and that, we'll only get him there in it. And I think the main thing for me, I think Mikel said one thing, obviously, Jesus, is that obviously fam, someone that grew up in the favelas, the way he is, you can tell he lives what he is in it. And
Yeah,
with his injuries, you can tell that he's been upset. Gabriel Jesus was the one that said, I want to help Arsenal win the Premier League, and I've came here to try and elevate our level. I'm pretty sure, obviously, Zinchenko, I guess, is not part of that now, but he still has that on his heart in it. And if whether this is his last season or somehow he stays another season after this, I'm pretty sure he's gonna want to be a huge contributor to that, innit? And have his say and have his part in that. And I think just off having the short memory of last season, I think that little 5-game stint he had where you have to realize he was looking good, the skills, the goals, everything was there, innit? So I'm not saying that, I'm saying like he has something to add. And I think with the competition now where he knows what you're saying,
where does he play then? Where does he play in his team? Where does he play? On the wings, up front?
I think he plays everywhere, innit? Wherever you need him. Because I feel like you've seen it this season. You're never going to have the full Arsenal, no pun intended, together like for weeks on weeks on weeks. Like players will come here, someone else is going to drop out. So when players come back from injury, there'll be space for them. So whether you have Gokeres and Havertz fit, but he might only have Martin Trossard fit. In fact, he plays second left winger, fine. You might not have Madueke fit or Saka, then you have him as a right winger. Like, and if he has to play strike some games where you want to rotate, I think you can have the choice now to say like you can have 2 strikers on the bench instead of having just 1 striker and like for like, and having a Havertz and Jesus on the bench, 2 different type of players. Maybe the game might be suiting more of a Jesus and a Havertz, or Havertz and Jesus. You have that optionality, which I think is the main thing that I'm looking forward to. And I feel like if we can get a moment where everyone's fit, then that means that certain players aren't having to load so many minutes because they can't get rotated. I think then we can start to see the benefit of having a squad where, certain game styles might call for certain type of players, and we can start to see Mikel probably potentially use that. But I think Jesus has a big say, man. Even one last dance for us, brother. Hermanos. One last dance for me, for my brother, and everyone else. Because one thing about Joy Jesus is the joy he brings. I think most Arsenal fans have been talking about. Still complaining about the attack and just trying to us being a bit more inventive and riskier. Who's more riskier? Who does more unexpected, magical things that we've seen in an Arsenal shirt? I know Eze can do that as well. Than Jesus in it, and I think if we can have him in the middle as well, with an Eze bouncing the ball off him, Saka coming inside, Trossard, Zubimendi now. I think it's an interesting option. I say. Like whether he's the same Jesus with 2 ACLs both knees, you say, that's an unknown. That's an unknown that we will only be able to see when he does play. But I think just having the options is nice. Like Madueke, I miss having Madueke as well. Like that's a player to push Saka. Obviously, Saka's been playing well, I think, for me. But to push him there, have that, he's a different type of winger. Martinelli just started to hit form again. Looked like himself. Got that goal against Atletico Madrid, if I'm correct. Yeah, he did. Do you know what I mean? So like, there's options, and obviously, I'm a Havertz fan, so I miss my boys, innit? And obviously, Odegaard, as much as a lot of people, and I've been critical of him for the whole of last season, obviously, because of how much I rate him. I think we do miss Odegaard. Like, we do miss the control he brings, the ability for him to get on the ball all times, try and make things happen. I think, obviously, that partnership on the right-hand side with Saka as well, like, there's things that the team can elevate to. So, like, I think that only bodes well because we've seen the level of the team, the floor, without these attackers. And we've been able to still score goals, create chances, keep clean sheets. And now if you add these players, maybe we start putting games to bed a bit earlier in games, and to kind of,
I'm hoping so, bro. I'm hoping, yeah, because
which one of those players are you most looking forward to coming back?
Brother, listen, all of them can come back, man. I'm not.
No particular favorite.
There's no particular. Do you know what? For me, it's Gyökeres, isn't it? Because Gyökeres, he's the forward, in it. He's the striker. Do you know what I mean? I want him back in it. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, you've got man like Madueke as well that offers something different on the wing. You've got Havertz as well that he's going to be hungry as well. Everyone. The thing is, yeah, whether you have a favorite or you don't like a player, everyone has something to contribute to the team in it. Whether you're frustrated of seeing Havertz missing shots, but his movements there, but the link up's going to be there in it at some point. So I'm just looking forward to just having a healthy squad, and that's the main That's the main thing for me, having players back. Because when you look at other teams, yeah, like City, because City obviously they've got a good squad as well. Yeah, let's not get it twisted. I don't know if they've had like many injuries, but as soon as the games start racking up, our boys are coming back, and there's going to be injuries here and there, but they haven't gone, I don't think, through that crazy adversity yet this season, where they've had just like mad injuries. That maybe at the start.
I think they've had a couple, like I think Rodri
without.
Marmoush.
No, they did have a few injuries at the start.
I don't think they had not the same amount that we've had.
Yeah.
And obviously now Liverpool obviously have had a couple of their injuries, obviously Alisson most notably. But yeah, I know what you're saying. It's not been the same with us, man. Like,
yeah,
it's not been the same.
Maybe, yeah, because I think Doku might have been out for a bit as well. But maybe like as the games come, thick and fast, that we might start to see other teams suffer as well from injuries as well. But moving on from that now, I want to talk about Berta, innit? Because we're set to sign is it Maurizio Micheli?
Micheli, I think, or something like that.
Micheli from Napoli, senior is he sporting director or something? What is he?
He's like head of scouting.
Head of scouting, yeah. I see you broke the news on your channel earlier. Make sure you go and subscribe to Capers Pause. His name's in the description. Now, I'll be honest with you, yeah. I don't really know too much about this guy, but I know that he's brought in some talent back in the day. I think Azamo Jan, who was the players that he's brought in, we can remember.
He had influence in bringing Osimhen obviously to Napoli.
Osimhen as well, yeah.
Kvaratskhelia, Kim Min Jae.
Oh, okay.
Hamsik, obviously, if you know about that baller,
you know about as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
he's got talent.
So he has that ability to bring those kind of like players that cheaper prices that maybe are good talents that can explode and have them that kind of that outreach. And I think obviously he's Italian as well, so that's
Berta. So that's a nice little kind of,
That's clearly someone that he knows, probably someone that he probably trusts and wants to work with. And I like that he's having that influence to bring someone into the team. And I like that the club is like still thinking about how to improve things both in the short term, medium term, and long term as well. Having someone like this who has a good CV kind of adds to the expansion of what we're trying to do, and seeing maybe a different approach from Arsenal in transfer windows, and finally maybe potentially getting some good players, signing them off for good profits, or just bringing in some good players that round up the squad well.
Because it's not just Italian players he's going to bring in. Obviously, there's other players from around the world. Because people think Italian, it's just going to be in Serie A, but he's obviously got connections. Yeah, Serie A.
Of course. But if he does have some, because obviously he's worked in a couple of Serie A teams. I think Hellas Verona, Brescia, Bologna as well. So it's not like he's been a bit around the Italian scene. So he definitely will have a good scope of youth talent and good talent in and around that league. And there's a lot of good, especially attacking players in the Italian league.
There's one player that I identified earlier, player called Francesco Cadamari. He's like 17-year-old. He scored his first goal in the senior team for, is it Lecce? Yeah. I think it was a last minute goal to draw the game as well. He looks talented, bro. He looks really good. So he's one to look out for. You've got the likes of
Calamari, yeah? I'm going to check him out.
Cadamari.
Calamari, I was getting hungry, bro.
Yeah, not Calamari. But he looks like a decent player. He's good height. He's good in the air. He's good with his feet as well. He looks like I'll send you a link afterwards. I done a post actually on YouTube of a YouTube analysis on that. But yeah, not my analysis, but his goals and assists and stuff like that. Yeah.
Do you know another player I love?
Coming out. He's the biggest talent coming out as a striker.
I love. Not that anyone's gonna get him because he's gonna go back to his club. Obviously, one that you said before, obviously Yildiz, the Turkish guy, he's a footballer. And definitely, I would definitely see him on.
Why can't we get him though? Why couldn't we get him? If we got that Napoli scout,
we can get him. I think, especially with how we built our squad, I don't see us even if Waters let Jesus go, we still have Havertz and Gokas. I think the one position you will say is an upgrade in that starting lineup is that left wing position. Even if Trossard does have a good season and he stays, you could upgrade and bring in a better quality player there. And I think that's where there's an option like a Yildiz or whoever your favorite winger that you see on that left hand side also can really kind of put a lot of their funds and work towards getting that one player, not one player, but that marquee signing for the summer can be that player. So, like, I think the sky's the limit. Obviously, if he has the links on the clay, you will have Italian links in Serie A. Obviously, even though you're Turkish, I think that's a player. But one guy I have to give a big shout out, bro. Just obviously with Dagerson, is Nico Paz from Como.
He's a baller, man.
He is a footballer and a half. Obviously, in the chat, if you know about Nico Paz, just obviously shout out his name because I think he's a Real Madrid player. I think he's on loan.
Yeah.
I think like a couple of seasons. Also know him to do those like long loans and that to obviously Como.
21 years old.
Or he's been bought by Como, but then I think they have like a instant buyback clause on those things. One of the two, but either way, like when he leaves Como, he's gonna go back to Madrid. I don't see how they wouldn't take him back. But if he doesn't go back to Madrid, I can't lie. The whole world will be on that guy still. I'll tell you that for free. He is an absolute baller. Like
mad baller, yeah. What's he? Is he a 10 or 8 or what is he?
He's like a 10. He's a 10. Like that's just what he is. He's a 10.
It's mad techie.
He's just amazing to watch. He's just a good, and he has very, very good ball striking as well. So it's like his shots as well. A lot of that is amazing, man. Check him out when you can. Nico Paz, you'll love him.
Definitely. But is there much in terms of top talent in Serie A, or are we just ignorant to the fact of Serie A? Because you've got the likes of Leao. Who's the other guy as well? Barella.
Lookman,
Kamada, his name, he's Francesco Kamada, Ruggeri, Coyote.
There's players in this Serie A. There's always good players. We did get Calafiori from Serie A. We got we've had a couple of dibble and dabs, but I think there's always good players in especially those leagues, and it's where you like. I always say it's just how you identify how a team can fit into how a player can fit into your team or the needs of what you want in it, like in a position. And I was doing this earlier. I was doing how many Italian players though recently have come to the Premier League and batted it up though recently? There's not many, is there? Unless I think of any. Calafiori, who I rate.
Calafiori, yeah.
Jorginho, Napoli to Chelsea. I think he was very good for Chelsea.
But you're going back now. You're going back.
Yeah,
now.
I can't. Obviously, it's Italian players, specifically Italian players. They don't really
Solar as well.
They don't really move from Italy.
Yeah.
Italy, like especially Italian clubs, they don't even really like selling. They like selling to each other and keeping the money.
Yeah.
That's how they keep the money flowing within their league and stuff, and they're helping each other, but kind of just doing what they need to do, which might see a lot of. But I think like as there's talent there from the Prem is where the money is at, innit? Like people
they know that they get paid to do that job, innit? So they're gonna know who's.
Was a player from Juve. Obviously, he's not Italian, but obviously he was bought from the Italian league, and obviously look at him now, gone to Bournemouth now at Real Madrid. Like there's obviously there's players. It's just whether. Like it's not, I guess, but I think the thing is as well is about because the Premier League is a very physical league, isn't it? Like I think the leagues that translate best to Premier League are like French league and Bundesliga, where they're a bit more physical. Obviously, they're very technical, but they have the same level of physicality. Bundesliga is more transition based, so that's why the players are physical that way. And French players are just very strong and technical. So
there's
a lot of French players. They always transfer well. Spanish players. Transfer well to the Premier League because of the technical ability, obviously, and just understanding the game is so high that most of those players, even if they're just an unknown player, sometimes come and do well because of just most times because they just know how to play football in all areas. Look at Zubimendi, for example, and obviously Sandy Cazorla. He was amazing from when the first minute he played for Arsenal. For example, I'm going back, but I'm just trust me, bro.
Fabregas as well, bro.
Fabregas was young, he broke in what 16, 17. He really played in 19, but he was breaking in through when he was young, and he was amazing. Like so, it's I think that's why maybe Serie A players don't really translate to the Premier League as well as maybe other leagues. So maybe that's why Premier League teams don't really go for them. I think that's a good analysis.
But so this guy, Micheli, yeah, you think that him coming in, do you think he's just gonna just improve? You know what I mean? Yeah, he can only just come into the at Arsenal and just make the club better, innit?
Yeah, I
You
think
know?
if obviously I don't know if everyone will have that Andrea Berta-esque first summer of his tenure, just moving absolutely mad, doing everything. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Maybe, but like in terms of if we're to compare what his role is to Andrea Berta, but I think he has a good CV, and I think it's something different, isn't it? Like it's I don't think Arsenal. I don't know who our head of
Do you
scouting is.
think he brings like someone in big though next season though,
I think
like a Leao or a
you're,
Semenyo or
I think
Rodrigo,
that's more on
Berta?
Berta.
Yeah,
But I think having more parts to his team, play like guys, if he has a guy that has a whole another network book of links
yeah.
and or a whole another database of players that he's been scouting for time,
Mm,
that maybe now he sees a couple of players that might suit Arsenal's team.
yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying? Because for me, I'm not even looking. I think obviously Marquis signings there. I'm looking at more of those. I think I said in my video, those mascara type signings, those
yeah,
13 million,
yeah,
20
yeah,
million
yeah,
type
yeah,
young players
yeah,
that maybe they played, a year or two senior football in a good league somehow, just
yeah,
kind of gone under the
yeah.
radar,
And they
come
just
in and they
come
can
in
just
and just
translate well, do you know what I mean? And just boom. And obviously, they're not going to be demanding straight away start position because
mm,
this is a big jump for them, but they can translate well. And then you got them for a good price, whether they become a real part of your squad or in a couple of years' time, you get them better and you resell them for maybe triple or quadruple the profit, the
mm.
money that you spend. I think those are the kind of things I want to start seeing Arsenal do now. Like, bringing some good talent in.
Moving proper,
Yeah,
yeah, like
like bringing
bringing
some
talent
good
in and selling
players in
them
for
and
good
making
price,
big
and then
money.
like being able to resell them. So that way, one, you don't have to always sell your best players because you're making
Mm,
some good money off some of these good young fringe players that are talented and teams will want you to improve them somehow, some way with being in this environment. And then obviously just yeah, like I think if he does have if he had the pull of this is a Leao, for example, I think maybe a lot of people have sold that ship on him. I don't think I ever sold a ship on Leao, but obviously I know he's been a bit injury prone and a bit underwhelming this season. But like, let's say he has a contacts book of some good agents and that have some interesting clients under their remit, then maybe. But I
yeah,
think it's just good for like when you're getting a lot more guys that have been experienced in the game that have a lot of great CVs in terms of having influence, doing things, and bringing certain players. Because I think if you add it's like the Infinity Stones, isn't it? Adding just multiple of them to your thing, it just makes it better, isn't it? Like that's just how I see it. So hopefully, I don't know too much about him. We'll see what he does. Obviously, as I said, I think we'll probably see more in the summer, because I'm pretty sure this deal won't get finalized probably towards the end of the year. I think summer will be where we probably see his first real influence. Let's just say that.
I just want to just jump back to City and Arsenal. Okay, so I was chatting to one of my boys, Man City fan, the other day, and he was saying that out of both fixtures, City have the more favourable fixtures over the next, is it 4 games? And he was saying that he doesn't see Arsenal getting 12 points because we got to go away to Aston Villa as well, which is probably a tricky game. I think we lost there last season. They're very good at home and they seem to be just getting their shit together. Villa. I don't think City's running is as difficult as ours. I say difficult, but every game's got its own tests. But do you see us after this 4-game run? Do you see us sitting at the top of the league after these 4 games of the next 4 games? So we've got. I'll tell you the 4 games. It's Spurs, Chelsea, Brentford, and Villa. And I think 3 of those games are at home. I think 3 of those games are at home.
Yeah, we
Shout out
got
to Triggered Much as well. Big up to Triggered Much, man. Big up to yourself, my bro. Big up to Ben, man.
shout you, bro. Yeah. Just to answer his point, yeah, I do. That's what I want. I want those gems of players that like could be a world beater, and then you found them before they've you were the team that got that world beater before they went to another decent team and started to show that they're a world beater. Do you know what I mean? And I'm with Triggered Much again. I've said this to you many times. I'll say it again. We're not seeing
People are calling me top gooners now, bro. People are calling me a top gooner now, bro, because I got that positive, like, we move, innit?
I'm fine. I'm happy that I've brought you over to the side.
Nah, you ain't brought me nowhere. You
Right.
ain't brought me nowhere. But
Right
I'm just
side,
saying,
bro. I've been
people are
trying
calling
to.
me.
You see,
People are trying to label me with this, bro.
as we're doing the week on week podcast, I'm just trying to a little bit sprinkle some positivity dust on it. I've seen it's starting to have a bit more smile on your face, a bit more brightness. The melanin is there, bro. Do you know what I mean? I'm loving it for you, bro. Like it looks a good look on you.
This guy.
But as I was saying, yeah, I don't think we touch second again. I've said this to you weeks ago. I don't change my stance in it. Two. Yeah, trust me, BBK. Hey, bro.
You see BBK now. He's gonna quit this, you know.
You see that WWE video? It's BBK. You're next. You're next. Yeah, I mean, you know that meme, but you're next. But as I said, yeah. So
if we get a loss, boy, I turn into prime Lee Gunner, bro.
I think as I said, I don't think we touch second again, and I think obviously, yeah, we got Arsenal, Spurs at home, Chelsea away, Brentford at home, Villa away. Obviously, City got Newcastle away. I think Leeds at home, Fulham away, and then obviously Sunderland at home, which is not necessarily the easiest of runs. Obviously, it's decent. Newcastle away is not an easy game. Obviously, I don't know the City kind of.
I just think Newcastle are really bad at the moment.
I know. I'm just looking. I could see that, but I think I can see them also going to try and play a physical punch-up game at their home ground. I see on Bruno Guimara's statement. I think after that whatever game that he was like, "Oh, we've been poor." Like promised right after the international break once we regroup.
Okay, that's what I want to hear, Bruno. Big up to Bruno, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But just focusing on us 4-5, go to City. I think, as I said, like North London derby, I'm very confident in that game. I think Chelsea, we can beat Chelsea. They don't have a great defense, and I don't rate Robert Sanchez. And obviously they got some good attack, but I think Arsenal can move to Chelsea. We've seen Sunderland go to Chelsea and beat Chelsea as well, be the better team. No, I'm not saying that means we're gonna go there, but I'm just like, I think Arsenal, if we're trying to win, go there. And obviously, as you said, Brentford at home. I think we drew last season, but it should be a game that we should be handling. And then Aston Villa away, it's not easy. I know we won there last season 2-0. I think that was one of the first games of the season. Oh no, second game of the season. I think Trossard came off the bench, scored that nice volley. But it is one of those grounds that can give you a bit of difficulty. But as I said, like I'm confident that Arsenal can get maximum points. If we don't, I'm pretty sure that we can still go on a decent run. But I don't see City get maximum points. I think City are still, I think their kryptonite, as I said, is still that kind of physical team that can kind of make the game a non-footballing game. Like, you know, and then maybe like make it difficult for them to kind of get that space. I think when teams press up against City, give them space. Obviously, it's decent. Obviously, playing a low block, you got to know how to play a low block. I think Liverpool's low block against City was nonsense. Like literally, like it was just nonsense. Like no one was double teaming on the wide areas. It was just like I was like, okay, like other teams will play the low block a bit better with a bit more dedication, a bit more of a game plan. So no disrespect to Slot and that, I don't care about him. So I'm confident that we'll at least maintain the gap as it is, or at least potentially, you know, expand it. And that might not even be off, you know, us being so perfect. It might be City could drop points. Like, you know, Fulham away isn't an easy game. They play that tough low block as well. We found it difficult. Same thing with Newcastle, and the same thing with Sunderland, who you see will play that nasty low block, long ball football. So, like,
you know what's going to frustrate me about that game? Yeah, if City go there and just clap them up, that's going to
no, because it's that City's ground, isn't it? I think that's what I say. Like,
City's game. Oh,
they probably will win that game. I'm not looking at Sunderland at City's ground to be winning, but I think the Fulham away game and the Newcastle games, the ones that try Leeds, they'll smoke. They absolutely smoke. But I think, as I said, like the hardest 2 games in this run for me is Chelsea and Spurs, and obviously as long as we can handle those 2 games, I think Villa's a very tough game. I think you're underestimating Villa. No, it's a very tough game, but I think we have enough to do them still. We have enough to do them. Now, I think the City can and they should win all those games. I just don't see it. Like, I think, as I say, in it, like I've
are we winning? Are we getting 12 points out of those 4 games?
Yeah, I'm gonna predict 12 out of 12. I'm always predict 12 out of 12.
I don't really have that. To do is I don't predict a loss. Yeah, he's gonna do this all season. You know,
I don't predict. I'm with
this game at Etihad is going to say,
I don't predict a loss for any game in it, because the only way I predict a loss is if our squad is in the mud and then we're going to one of these big grounds. Then I won't predict a loss, but I might not be so confident we're going to win. But where I know we're going to be getting these attacking players and that boost of just having the full squad, and that it gives me a lot of confidence going into these games, that even if you on paper they're difficult,
Oh, no, you didn't predict us to win at Anfield.
Oh, do you know what? Do you know what? I said draw. Inside my
Hey,
heart.
man's got receipts, you know. Man's like that.
No, that's fine. That's fine. You can pull me up on that. I actually predicted a draw. That's because I felt like how we was gonna play that game, how that game was gonna pan out. And funny enough, that game panned out like a draw type game. So like I wasn't necessarily wrong, but obviously we lost. But yeah, but since then, bro, you catch me predicting a draw again, then, bro, this season because I predict wins every game. So.
What you got to say to the fans, yeah? Because we probably end it on this, yeah. We drew that game. People are frustrated. The rival fans winding us up. Fans are, you know what I mean, just coming for the manager, coming for the players. Just, it's almost like we were defeated, bro. It's almost like we were defeated. Like the season's over. You know what? We Arsenal players can't do any. You know, everything's just pear shaped. We're not a good team. This is what City want to see from us, isn't it? Again, they want to see this every season. Every season we drop points, they want to see us melt. And sometimes I feel the fan base need to just hold it. Pause. They need to hold.
What the fan base need to do metaphorically is sit back in a nice chair, put a couple buds in the grinder, grind it, roll up a fat thing, and chill. That's just what it is. Chill. And if you learn to chill, you'll and obviously sometimes it comes from going to sometimes I feel like rewatching the game back after you know the result and letting yourself kind of see it through the lens of you know what the result's gonna be and then kind of learning. Because I see football as
shout
out my bro. I see football as a learning situation, but maybe that's because I'm just always wanted to. I love the game. Let's just say that in it like that. Mitch stream from Paid in Full, man. I love the game. I love it, bro. Like, and I think fans just need to kind of, as I said at the top of the stream, we just need to adjust how we support our club for where we are at, because us fans are obviously the most emotional fans. Is the reason why the media creates stupid, clickbait stories and stuff, because Arsenal fans will buy into it. Is the reason why after a draw you'll see more reaction from the Arsenal fan base than from when we go on a 10-game win streak. Do you know what I mean? The 10-game win streak gives us the chest. But
did you say this? Did you say we're winning quads in it and trebles? Did you say this?
I don't say winning quads. I think this guy just said quads, but I said we have the opportunity to win and compete on all fronts. And I don't.
Did you say we're winning? Did you say we're winning trebles and quads and stuff like that?
No.
Okay.
All I predicted for Arsenal this season is to win the Carabao Cup and the Premier League.
But man was talking like this though. Man was talking.
No. But I'll reiterate my point. I definitely think we can compete on all fronts. Like, I think we can go to the Champions League final. We went to the we went deep. We went to the Champions League semi-final, Carabao Cup semi-final, and was in the title race last season. So we're competing on 3 fronts. We didn't win anything, but we were.
Sorry, Carabao Cup? What? Carabao
Cup semi-final. We lost to Newcastle.
Oh yeah.
And then obviously semi-final of Champions League in a injury-riddled, non-transfer window moving season. So if I'm just going based off that and just being blind, I expect us to do better this season. Go one up for the Premier League. You can go one up in the Champions League. I think we've shown so far, the Champions League so far, that we look very good. We haven't conceded a goal. We've scored a lot of goals in the Champions League, and like we look like a formidable force. Carabao Cup, we started well in the quarterfinals. Now we've got Palace, similar as last year. I feel like we should be winning that game.
That's a hard game.
Yeah, difficult game, but similar to last year. Obviously, I'm pretty sure with them as well, with them having the Europa Conference League, they can't play their strongest 11 in that competition. They're probably going to have to sacrifice the Carabao Cup, possibly because they don't have the squad for it, and Arsenal have the squad for it. So it's like, I kind of see us in the semi-final already. I mean, we'll kind of, if you have it in the semi-final by the end of the season, I think you can kind of put thing. But I think, as I say, like, I think the toxicity of the fan base, I think man just need to just put things into perspective. I'm not saying, as I said, you react. I'm not saying be a robot and after a draw just be like, do you know what? Nope, I'm happy. If I'm reacting, you want to cuss players, you want to cuss the manager after the game, understandably. But the day after, once you kind of you're off that high or low, whatever you want to call it, yeah, I think you have to. No. I think you're talking about the fixture the fixture of Everton, which was before the Palace game. Got moved back one day, I think, to the Saturday now. So I think that's being played on the 20th instead of being played on the 21st. I think now we're gonna have. I think it's gonna be like an 8 p.m. kickoff, so it's gonna be like 3 days at least
Oh, is
between the
it?
game. I don't know. Yeah, I
What
think the
against
only
Everton?
yeah, so we're playing Everton, I think, at home, if I'm correct.
Oh, okay.
And it was meant to be on the 21st. Funny enough, it was already originally on the 20th. Then they moved it to the 21st. Now they move it back to the 20th, innit? But I like because
Mind games.
Mikel was talking all press conference after that Palace game, saying that game has to be moved, and yeah, it will be moved. Trust me. And obviously, look at it now. So I bet the manager obviously being confident. I think Palace need to get their game on the 21st moved as well. If I'm them, because they also have a game on the 21st, and I think they have a Europa Conference League game as well on the Thursday before that 21st. So they're going to be playing like 4 games in a week, which is insane. Like, but that's why I'm saying I'm very confident for that, because they don't have the squad to be playing 4 games in a week. But yeah, the fans just need to calm down. I think all of us, and I always say, whether you're negative, positive, Arteta in out, whatever you are, we all want to win. That's what I said. We're all the part of the same family. Just because we have different approaches or viewpoints, or we like this player, don't like this player, whatever. We all, at the end of the day, I don't think there's one Arsenal fan that doesn't want to win the trophy, win the Premier League, win the Champions League. But I think where you realize that your team has been competing at this level for a couple of years now and we're not crap. And I always say, like, last season, it should have been a perspective season for Arsenal fans, because that was not saying the worst could get, but we had injuries, we had no signings, we had Marino and Martinelli were Sterlings. I know this just Tierney coming on as a auxiliary left wing. It was dark. Let's just say it was dark, and we still were able to finish, 10 points off the champs. Still finish second, not drop off to like outside the top 4 or anything like that. We're still able to go to the Champions League semi-final, beat Real Madrid like babies, and really compete for that game. I think that second leg against PSG was an underrated second leg. We played very well in that game. Donnarumma pulled off some amazing saves, and we could have been a different. Do you know what I mean? And we could be talking differently about Arsenal
Saka
now.
miss, yeah.
Saka, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that could be different, and that's why I feel like if that's our floor season,
I can't even think about that season.
if that's our floor season, if that's our worst season, if that's one of our worst seasons in the last couple of years, then that tells me our ceiling is very, very high. So so far this season, the team is 8-2-1 in the league. Only lost 1 game, only conceded 5 goals now. Wow. And we've done this with multiple injuries, and in the last 3, 4, 5 games, with basically all of our attackers out. All of our attacking depth out. Sorry, not all of our attackers. We've attacked Trossard.
Sorry, I've got to play something actually.
Yeah, go on.
I've got to play something that I saved. I wonder if people are gonna hear it though. Yeah.
But to see more, obviously, as you get that, obviously, the only reason I'm chill, because you have to act like you've been here. If you fans start to put pressure, I've been to Emirates Stadium where I'm watching. I think I'm watching the fans, and the fans are not enjoying the game because everyone's just so scared that when we're 0-0, that we want to score, that you're not really cheering, you're not really singing, you're not really getting behind the team, because if a couple of mistakes are going here, they're growing in and everything, and it's because of the pressure in it. But I'm saying the only way we're gonna win this is if us as fans, the players, I think we just get into unity and we just continue in it. The fans will feed on.
Seymour's in our group, yeah.
Yeah.
Seymour's in our group, yeah.
I don't know which was.
I'm not going to say who he is. I'm not going to say
who it is afterwards when the stream is done.
I'm not saying that. You're going to have to work it out.
So if I'm Seymour, make sure you chat in the chat and let's chat in it. Don't hide behind.
I'm evil with it.
Seymour Skinners, fam. That's where I know that name from Simpsons.
Hold on, let me just. I'm just going to play something in a minute. Yeah, hold on. I don't know if anyone's going to hear it, but let's see. Okay, let me just see if I can play this. But big up to Seymour, Dr. Seymour Butts in the building, man. Before I play this though, yeah, and I'm just dragging on this stream because man's in there in chat, yeah. Eze, are you happy with Eze so far this season?
I'm not
struggled a bit in that game. Sunderland, did you see anything when you watched the game back?
Yeah, he was decent in the game, man. He had a couple of chances. I don't think he was obviously he's not been the Eze that we've seen or watched, at Palace. But again,
people dissing him already. People
have already
different. He's got a different role, man.
Fans, I tell you, that's what I say. Like, we're the most unique fans. Arsenal fans, are like the most. I don't want to say it because I'll get cancelled still. So let me relax. Arsenal fans are too hyper emotional, so they can't. I feel like we need to have an outlet to get angry at something, innit? Like they don't know how to just kind of be calm.
You're
So
gonna
it's
get
like,
angry at this when I play this, bro. You're gonna get angry, bro. Let me play this
like
thing quickly. Let me
you
just
go
play
on.
this quickly. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but you
So
can
this is my
read the
twin,
text.
yeah.
It will reach a time where
Yeah.
they will need the experience, where they will need a man to be in charge, which they don't have. Obviously, imagine, I think up to now, Odegaard is the captain of the team, and Odegaard is what, 25, 26. But when you go to another club, when you go to Liverpool, to the person that is leading the club is Mohamed Salah, he's 33. You know, Van Dijk. He won the Champions League. He won the league. He won maybe FA Cup or Carling Cup, Community Shield. So the experience is not the same. It's hard for them to win things because.
What did you think of that? What did you think of your twin speaking on you know, the experience, basically, you know, that we haven't got winners in the team?
He's saying facts, but the only caveat I have to him is that like Van Dijk didn't come to Liverpool a winner, came from Southampton. Obviously, maybe I might have won the league with Celtic in the SPL, but what did that do for Ange in the Premier League? So context, Steven Gerrard, do you know what I mean? And like,
Steven Gerrard's got Champions Leagues, bro.
No, I'm saying as a manager, and I'm not saying as the player.
Oh yeah.
But like the thing is, obviously, at a point, Van Dijk is only what 30. Salah's only what 32, 33. At a point, Salah was also 25, 26, and Van Dijk was also 25, 26 when he's playing for Liverpool. So I don't really buy it in it because like when Liverpool hadn't won the Champions League on the Premier League on the clock yet, and they were obviously competing, getting to Champions League finals and stuff like that, and getting close to winning the Premier League, these players were building up that experience, and eventually when they won it, then they could go on. Like it's similar kind of train to our players as well. Like, you know, your Rices, your Salibas, Gabriel, Sakas, Odegaards, even like they've been close to that glory. Like if like they will get there in it. Like I think ultimately, I think we have a lot of leaders in our dressing room. Rice, Gabriel, Raya. You got Marino in there now, Norgard, obviously Odegaard as well. Saka, like you got players in there that talk, and you can tell the manager's voice is very, 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 very influential. You got now a good and I think very, very relevant experience to the backroom staff in Gabriel Heinze, a winner who's won Premier League and Champions League before with Man United as a player, who's played for the biggest teams, PSG and Real Madrid. So you have to understand that there's levels to this thing, man. Like, and it's how you kind of get that leadership experience, motivation in and around. You can get in different ways, isn't it? So, shout out to my twin, shout out to my unks. But I just got
Hey, when you got the glasses on as well, it's marginal. I was looking at you thinking, hey, you look like one brother, and it's Adebayo, man. What a baller though he was for us, man.
Baller, man.
Proper baller.
So, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about Eze, man. I think Eze, as you said, he's learning in the team, and I think similar to everything.
Got a different role as well. We've spoken on this many times as well.
He's playing a low block every single game because that's what Arsenal face every single game, and there's different spaces and less time and different type of football you have to play than when you're playing Palace, who give up possession a lot and have a lot of space, and he can carry the ball through the thirds with no low block and just skip past players easily and influence the game. His time will come. As you said, he's still in a new team, and I think, as I say, he's playing every game. It's adjusted to playing 3 games a week. I think this is his first time in his career playing 3 games a week as well. You have to remember that as well.
Oh yeah. Champions League and all that as well
at the highest level, and he's coming where obviously like. If Odegaard was fit for the whole season, maybe he would have been in and out, taking out the limelight sometimes, coming on, especially if Trossard was in good form, coming off the left maybe. But now, when Odegaard comes back fit and he has that competition and that drive, I think it's going to improve his level again, because he's going to know that he has to step up, because Trossard is not going to lose his position the way he's playing. So Eze is not just going to just shift to the left if Odegaard comes back. And I don't know if Odegaard...
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I
don't even know if Odegaard just wins his position back straight away, because obviously if Eze's been playing, obviously he's come back from injury. So that if he knows Odegaard's on the bench now, that first game, let's say, is against Spurs and he starts and Odegaard's on the bench, he's going to know he has to turn up, because it's not going to be too long till the captain's going to get his position back. And if Trossard is looking like Bossard, then boy, what do you do? Shout out Godfrey in the chat, man.
Hey, Godfrey in the building now, yeah? Everyone's just, brother, we might have to look at the timings we're doing these streams, bro, because...
we might have to start a bit later.
Time a bit, because...
I don't mind still. I don't mind actually. So
Seems like people are jumping into the thing late, and people might be doing the playback thing right now. Because we're about to just finish up, man. Is there anything else though? You got anything else up and coming? Is there anything else you want to chat about before we lock off?
I've got nothing else really. Obviously, I'm pretty sure before our next show.
My missus is killing me, man. I don't know what she's cooking, but
it's spicy,
bro. Listen, blood. I could just, when just like,
hey, at least. But do you like spicy food? Yeah, I love spicy.
I do, but I can't take it, bro, because as I've got older,
you ain't got that dog in you. What's going on?
Nah, as I've got older, I can't take certain chilies and certain things no more, bro. It's just crazy how it's just changed. Years of that, and
in translation, every dog has his day.
But you're a hardback, man. So you're gonna.
I'm a Nigerian boy, innit? My mum.
I know, so you man can handle them things.
So, I mean, I love food. I love spicy food. So,
hey, before we go, sorry, man. What do you think of the Thai thing that happened the other day?
Or what? Getting moved up again.
Yeah, what do you think of that? Because he's a big man, He's a big grown man.
I don't like that because people see Thai online, and obviously he does have very opinion, very emotional, very obviously like people feel like they need to people. I feel like if Thai wasn't online, people would leave him alone, but because they know he is a online figure and someone that obviously is in and around the way he is, people feel like, you know what I'm saying, because they'll see him try to do stuff. But obviously, I'm pretty sure he probably gets into debates and finds a lot of debates himself. He's a very emotional guy, but leave the guy alone, man. I think people want to do it just to get, you know how into it is, to want to get a click bar tie from AFTV or whatever to the XYZ, you know what I mean, and put that clip online. It's annoying and it's unnecessary, man.
Definitely. I bet that Stuart want to put his hands on Gunnar Lee. Hell no. He
ain't putting his hands on Gunnar Lee. Ain't putting his hands on what we've done. He ain't putting his hands on Kate, bro. Oh, headbutter, man.
He ain't putting his hands on me, brother, as well. And he definitely ain't stepping to BBK. Desert Eagle flipping.
Fam, brother. When I seen that pic, bro, I said, hey, bro.
Man's putting him in a sleeper. That's all I've got to say about that. Don't mess with BBK, man.
Hey, bro.
Man comes like a Navy SEAL and all them things there, man. He's probably done all that training as well. His brother is saying that he's jumped out of bloody planes about 100 and something.
BBK, man, this guy he's basically Tom Cruise, man. That's what we're saying. He's a multi-talented. And I know you do that thing where you do the roll, getting back into position. You know
what I want to do next week, actually, yeah. But I know BBK is probably at work. I want to bring in a guest, that we can have on the show. I'm thinking of one person at the moment. I might be able to get. I've never streamed with him before as well. He's cool as well.
I think it'll be good. I don't mind.
I might bring him on. I might bring him. Yeah. BBK.
Or if you want to get BBK on the show, we see what time.
He's busy though. When this is. Remember, he's 8 hours behind, isn't it? So this is work time.
I was saying, obviously, I'm gonna drop a profile video on a player. I'm not gonna say the player, so I'm just gonna watch out match. Should be interesting. Okay. I'm gonna have a live tomorrow with Gunner Street, and I wanted to go. I asked BBK. I wanted to see if you're free to do a show. But I'll message you obviously on maybe Sunday or something. Like a 4-man panel, just kind of doing something. I have some me, you, Gunner Street, maybe BBK do something a bit. I have a couple of interesting things for us to do on the show. Let's just say that make it a bit fun for us.
You need to put a pause on that as well, brother. What's with these interesting things, man? You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, the brother in our Dr. Seymour's in our group as well. I don't think I'm gonna do a stream tomorrow because I've got 2 back-to-back watch-alongs. I'm covering the Nigeria Gabon game and the Cameroon Congo.
Oh yes, I was gonna.
Brother, these are mad,
I wanted to cover the Nigeria game, but I'm not gonna be back from working time, so I was upset.
Aubameyang, Osimhen versus Aubameyang.
Nigeria is my team. Obviously, if Nigeria make the World Cup, I'm gonna cover them. I'm gonna cover them in the AFCON. I'm gonna do watch-alongs for Nigeria and AFCON.
I never really ever. Do you know what? You see, you man, you're my brothers and all that, you're my African brothers and all that, but sorry, you don't give Osimhen enough respect, nothing you man don't. a lot of you, man. I never hear man. Listen. I know bare Nigerian man. Yeah, par with them, sit down with them, eat food with them. Yeah, igusu soup and all of that madness. Yeah, I never hear you, man. Big up Osman.
Maybe because we don't
I
really.
big up more than all of you, man.
Maybe because we don't talk about obviously foreign players. We're
Big up
always
Tony,
talking about Arsenal, innit? But bro, I love Osimhen, bro. Like I would wanted Osimhen at Arsenal for many a year. I just didn't want him. I didn't want to sign him because obviously his wage demands are just too stupid.
Yeah, but this is
No,
nonsense, brother.
I think
This nonsense.
No, because I know, but because I'm saying, because you're not. I know the Nigerian in him, so I know why he wants that bread, and it's like
Haaland's getting bread.
Who?
Haaland's getting bread.
Haaland is 21 or 22, like 23. Like he's a young boy.
How old's Osman? 26, 27?
No,
28?
It doesn't really matter, anyways. I think, but obviously, shout out to Osman if I'm
Be up to Tony in the building.
Insane talent, obviously in the air, threatening behind, mad presser of the ball, like insane presser.
Elite
like,
in the air. Elite.
The maddest pressers of the ball. And obviously, his fam's great. You know, he's a bagsman. Like wherever he goes, whether it's been from his Lille days to obviously Napoli, and obviously now at Galatasaray doing it for obviously half of last season and this season. Like he's an amazing player, man. And obviously we want him to do it for Nigeria. Obviously he's been a good player for Nigeria, but he does miss a lot of chances for Nigeria. So I think that's what it is. I think in that the last AFCON, I think he did miss a lot of chances. Not only it was on him. I think it's just that. So I think that's all it is, man. Plus I just think it's probably hard for a lot of people to watch a lot of Galatasaray games that aren't on like Champions League and that, because just to find like a good stream or link to watch those games in it. So probably a lot of people don't get to watch him as often. But when he was at Napoli, I used to watch him all the time. Like that's a bad boy, bad boy, man. Bad boy.
So, I wanted to redirect to Tony in it, but obviously he's ended his stream with big up to make sure you go and subscribe to Tony as well, man. I wanted to redirect to him, but he's ended his stream now. Anything else coming up? He's got the profile thing. Anything?
Yeah, just that. Obviously, hopefully, if I can do the show with you, man, on Sunday, and
then don't go missing, you know, because I know you say you're gonna do something, and then next minute you don't hear nothing from KP. Man's just out the ends.
No, man. Sometimes things happen, innit? But no, I know what my weekend is looking like. It was already pre-planned, in it, so I'm free. I just need to. I'll chat to you and obviously try to see what the best time for everyone is, and then we'll get that loaded up. So shout you out, bro. Obviously,
he's in our group as well, Tony. You know, but Tony don't really.
Whenever you're ready, bro. Obviously, I'm ready still. Obviously, shout you out, my fellow.
And he's your bigger brother, you know.
Tony's Nigerian as well, right?
Yeah. He's your bigger brother, man. You see this brother, yeah. Out of everyone I stream with, yeah. You go back to my, I think, second video or something that I ever streamed, and this is going back to 2023. Yeah, this brother, I've got a clip of this brother smiling. Yeah, when I first jumped onto the stream in it, and he's smiling. Do you know what I mean? And ever since, yeah, this brother's been my friend in it. Whether it's good or bad, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's always been that guy in it that I can lean on. Do you know what I mean? Even when I had bad moments with people and stuff, he's always that person that just give me that perspective in it. And this is why he's one of the respected for me. He's one of my respect. I have no one saying nothing bad against this brother. Do you know what I mean? He's my blood, yeah, my young brother. You know what I mean? So that's my boy Tony in it. I would have no one disgrace him. You know what I mean? So yeah, just let.
What about you? You got your watch alongs coming out, yeah?
Yeah, I got 2 watch alongs tomorrow. I'm gonna try and do something on Friday. It's either D-Man or it's Trimless Schooner. I'm looking at doing a show with one of these 2 guys. Yeah. I told you guys, yeah, I'm picking on you now to do content with you, yeah, because I want to see what you man are on. I want to do something with Mark as well. I was gonna do something tonight, but I'm too tired, man. I just want to after this stream, I just want to relax with my family. I ain't really sat down with the family and all them thing there, man. Yeah, man. I appreciate you always, my brother. Yeah, you know, may God bless you always. Walk with you always. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, big up to my boy Cape as always, man. These shows are popping. This is the longest show we've done, 1 hour 45 minutes, man. But
international break, we've got to give some people some content, man.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Listen, make the panel show happen on Sunday if you can, my brother, because that
happen.
wicked.
I just need to get the best time here, really, because I know he's
Definitely.
8 hours.
We need to get Matt as well. Matt Southern Guna as well. He's so busy, but I'm trying to grab him one of these days as well, man. He knows the thing.
I need to ask him a question still, because I remember from that other one.
Yeah. Remember that show? Yeah.
I don't know.
But listen. Next week I think we might have to go a bit later because now the people are starting to jump into the stream and it's crazy. And I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to keep talking.
We'll discuss on. If we think what the best time is to maybe start it.
Definitely.
I'm down. If you want to start later, that probably even suits me better from coming from work. So
defo, man. I think it might just have a little break and then just just start later. And as I said, next week we're going to try bringing a guest. If they don't come, then you know what, pause. Then it's just me and Cape again. Your hosts with the most. Anyway, people, we're out. Take it easy. Have a great evening and be nice. Peace.
Enjoy your evening, guys.